Good morning and welcome to Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Who doesn't want to be successful? Everybody wants. And yet, the really successful people are few and far between. And why so? It is simply because the thought process is different. And the people who are successful normally have their own mantras for success. As a matter of fact, success to a great extent depends on your thoughts, on your state of mind, on the course of actions in general and life in special. And these mantras that we adopt are not some God-sent mantras. They are not divine inspirations. And when the people tell me it's a blessing of God to be successful, I love it. In my mind, I think how stupid, stained, and outmoded and unscientific the thinking is. Destiny might play some part, but the real success comes out of your own volition. And the people who have learned the ways to success know that. And success, if you are really successful in the world, you would know. There's no ethics involved in success. There is a sense of morality, but not religiosity. And if you study great philosophers like Chanakya, like Nietzsche, like Machiavelli, like Saint Louis, then you would understand that success is a calculated war. Life is a war, and success is a result of the strategy. So today I'm going to tell you some mantras which I feel are culled from the philosophy of not one master, but of all the masters, whether they're Chinese, samurai gurus, the Japanese, Indians, Greeks, or Middle Eastern. And if you inculcate these ideas, you can be sure to be successful. In the worldly sense, if you want to be spiritually successful, then these mantras are not meant for you. The first mantra is, to be successful, you have to learn from the mistake of others, not your own mistakes. You do not have such a long life to make all the mistakes yourself. If you had to live 1,000 years, possibly you could keep on making mistakes and learning from them. But the life is short. And to be successful, the best thing is learn from the mistakes of others. Then once you have seen somebody made a mistake and failed, you don't even attempt it. You don't even try it. Don't waste your precious time in making unnecessary mistakes and then pretending to learn from them. That's a pretension. There would be some risks at some points which you have to take them. But important thing is learn from the mistakes of others and absorb from what's happening around you so you can live your life to the fullest and more successfully. Second is something which is going to disturb you a bit, but that's important. Every friendship that you have, you can be sure, has some self-interest. The self-interest may not be evident and may not even be known to the friend himself. It may be just a satisfaction of being your friend. But without self-interest, there is no friendship, no relationship. That's a bitter truth of life. I do not deny that friendships are extremely essential element of our life. We grow and learn from them, and they're the pillars of our success at life. In India, for example, Amit Shah and Modi, the present Prime Minister, their friendship is interdependent. But you cannot say that any friendship would be 100% selfless. It's very interesting to think that the people we become friends with are in the first place people with whom we have a sense of comfort. We have a sense of belonging, if nothing more. And even that sense of belonging is a psychological expression of self-interest. There's always give and take. And if there's more of give, the friendship would not last. And if there's more of take, the friendship would not last. So there has to be balance of self-interest. And if you understand this truth, you would be knowing how much you should invest in that friendship. And that would go a long way in keeping your head strong, your thoughts robust and focused, even if your emotions and friends tend to derail them sometimes. Following this mantra would divert you from living a life expecting nonsense selflessness from people around you. Very few, 1 in a million might be really selfless. Others would not be. Thirdly, important, and this is a very important mantra, if a snake is not poisonous, it should pretend to be venomous. Same is about you. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should be able to see the kink in your sick. Still show that you are not sick. If you are poor, show yourself not to be poor. If you are weak, show yourself not to be weak. Shield your weakness from the word. The word has people and entities that target the weak, not your friends. But you are not dealing only with the friends. You are dealing with the word at large. And the word at large takes a sadistic player in tilting arrows at the weak. There's a proverb in Pashto, the language of the Pathans, and they say that when I see a weak person, I feel anger. And when I see a strong person, I feel pity. Meaning thereby, if you have any sign of weakness, others will take advantage of you. So it's crucial not to display your weakness. This will make you vulnerable and easy target. Instead of display a hint of strength, even if you are not particularly strong. Shield yourself, create an aura of strength, an aura of well-being, an aura of invincibility. Wear that armor of aura. And the fourth mantra is, before you start some work, ask yourself, why am I doing it? What the result might be? Will I be successful? And when you have thought deeply, you identify the reason and you identify the results, go ahead. You need to know the why of anything. You must go to the depths of your desire to fulfill them. And if you crave them, ensure that those cravings are satisfied. And satisfying those cravings would be your success. Until and unless you are able to satisfy your desires, your wishes, how can you be successful? So if you want to know something, do it. Do something. Everything else will fall in place. So automatically, for example, you want to wake up in the morning, set the alarm for 4 a.m., for 5 a.m., whatever time it is. Lengthen your day by reducing 1 hour of sleep. You know, in the West, some countries like in Canada and USA, they have the daylight saving. So you have lifetime extension by reducing the sleep pattern or changing the sleep pattern. But it will only be possible if you know how viable your goal is. And then another mantra, the fifth mantra, and the most important mantra, that is, as soon as fear approaches you, attack the fear, destroy it. Let's be honest, we all are afraid at one time or the other. We are afraid of things. We are afraid of people. We are afraid of the situations. And those situations face us every day in life. And one often has trouble in dealing with those people, with those situations. Fear comes in the way of attaining any kind of success. Fear of failure, fear of ridicule, fear of even envy and jealousy. All those fears can cause you to stumble from your way to success. So you shouldn't run away from fear. Being an escapist or running away from the fear is not going to end the fear. It will only delay the fear, and the success would eventually be delayed. It's really tempting to try to shelter yourself from fear. No, don't shelter it. Face it head on. Feel the fear, embrace it, and destroy it. As you're afraid of something that's approaching you in your life, you must go to the depths of the matter and ensure the destruction of the cause of that fear. This would be your way of attacking and destroying it. And the only thing, now this is what I am very fond of saying all the time. Only thing to fear is being fearful. Ma Bhoi said Vivekanand, and that has been my motto. Be unafraid. Be unafraid of anything and everything. And when you are having that attitude of my boy, I'm not afraid. Nobody has a strength to break you and make you feel afraid. Understand that the people will make you feel afraid. They'll be doubting Thomases. They'll sow the doubts. And the doubts will become fears and the bugbears. Destroy them at the first opportunity. So these mantras may sound to be different because they are different. They are not what your teachers and the religious have been teaching you. They say, depend on the friends. Yes, depend on them. But realize it, that they are also dependent. Don't be afraid of fear. The success people would normally have said, try to bypass that. No, face it head on. You must realize the facts of life and society. And these mantras are based on the reality of society in which we live. They are based on the situation that exists today. And in order to face those enemies of success, those fears, those selfish people, it is essential to go beyond those things. So, enough of the false positivity and pretense of life. Be realistic, Adopt these mantras and success would be yours. These mantras can lead you to success in this world and make you a better person. Because once you are successful, then you can afford to be philanthropist, you are afford to be spiritual, you can afford to be considered wise. Successful people are always considered wise in their lifetime. So, better thyself by adopting these mantras. Thank you.